Hello, followers.
Hello.
Good evening, Chrissy. Who else do we have? We have Joanna, and I don't know that person, but welcome to you guys.
Welcome.
And this is Girlfriend's Corner first live, and I'm Shayla McIntyre, the founder.
And I'm Kurtash, Cyril, the intern.
So just make a note if you guys can't hear or see us properly, so we can make sure to speak as loud as possible. So we are both here in St. Lucia, and we're really excited to talk to you guys tonight because we have a rebranding of our logo and many more things to say. So Kurtash, our intern, is going to do a little time to interview me, and then I will also be interviewing her. And after this live, we will then showcase our branding. So Kurtash, over to you.
So Shayla, can you please tell the audience why we are here today?
So we are here to discuss our new logo and talk a little bit about our vision for the group, and to tell you guys a little bit about what we've been up to and what we plan to do, and also to hear from you. So if you have any questions or comments that you want to put in the live, we'll be reading. We can see it from here.
So can you share with us more about that logo?
Okay, so our first logo had GF Corner, which is Girlfriend's Corner, and it had two women just sitting. And over the last few years, I have spent a lot of time in different parts of the world, and I have always noticed that men always found time for bonding, and women were not always able to make that time. So I decided, you know what, how can I build my own network? And I spoke to a bunch of women. I had been based in Trinidad at that time, but I had friends from all over. I've lived in Africa, I've lived in the UK, I've lived in Canada, I've lived in New York. I've lived quite a number of countries, and I would say that one thing that stood out was women really needed an outlet, a safe space to connect with others. And so that's where Girlfriend's Corner came. And the change in the logo really happened when the council was talking a little bit of how we can make it more representative. So in the new logo, we will notice that there are different types of women at different stages of life. And we had a really good concept to include the globe, because we are a global network. That's why we are here today.
Okay, so I understood why you wanted to change the logo. So can you please share with us your vision for Girlfriend's Corner?
So our vision has not been able to see its full fruition as we've had COVID-19. So we wanted to have a retreat in person here in St. Lucia and start to get women more connected with each other. In Trinidad, we had Flicks for Chicks, which was a movie night. We also spent time doing fitness activities, and we had a night where women would come and just chat and share their stories. But the true vision is really to build this network where people can learn and develop from each other. So those of you who are interested in, showcasing your own businesses, if you're already developing young women, if you are a tutor or a mentor, if you're a woman who's a career woman and you want to have someone you want to mentor, this is where we want to get that connection building. For example, Kurtash is our intern, so we brought her on because I believe that she's a very inspirational young lady, and how can I contribute to her journey? And that's where Girlfriend's Corner comes in. So everything from some sort of in-person activities happening annually and maybe even more often, and those kinds of activities will vary. Maybe it's a conference, maybe it's a retreat. Different ways for women to be able to speak to each other and connect with each other.
So can you share with the audience ways that the members could get more actively involved?
So those of you who are following and you feel like this is something that you want to be a part of, we would certainly love to hear from you. We do have a pretty active council. We are now on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, but we can never get enough content. So if you know there are things that you think you want to share, or you have videos or research you are doing on women in various ways, we would like to hear from you. I think that would be a good way. And of course, if you find that there's other activities that you think women should be connecting with, then we would love to hear from you as well. And to do that, you can reach out to us. We have an email address. It's wearegirlfriendscorner@gmail.com.
Okay, I hope you guys took note of ways you could share your ideas and suggestions to our group.
So you've heard enough about me now. Now let's hear from the next generation. We're not that far apart, but it's still the next generation of career women. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Talk to the audience, Kurtash.
Okay, I'm Kurtash. I'm probably the youngest exec member in Girlfriend's Corner. I recently completed my bachelor's degree in economics and finance, and I'm St. Lucian. I have a passion for economic development in the region and internationally. I also have a passion for women development and empowerment. This is how I got on board with Girlfriend's Corner, because I'm currently unemployed, so I needed to feel like I'm doing something that's worth my time and purposeful. And I think that these groups, it provides me with mentorship and activities to keep me active. And yes.
So Kurtash has been the main poster on a lot of our social media, especially Instagram, and you know, we take for granted some of the skills needed. Just doing this live alone, Kurtash was a little bit nervous, but I think that this is the kind of development we need, and I think we all need that place that we can go to kind of be ourselves, whether we're a mom or we're a sister or we look after an elderly parent. Or, you know, the world out there is tough, and there's some roles as women that we are kind of forced to take on, and where can we just be ourselves? If we're into ceramics, or if we want to open our own business, or if we're looking for a mental health coach, if we need someone who is a coaching in executives or training. I see Leah is on, and she has her business in that. So how do we connect you to the right women? And so that's really where Kurtash has been growing. She spent a lot of time with me. I'm an HR professional. So luckily things like resume reviews and stuff like that, we've been able to do already. And in terms of connecting her with opportunities for her to be able to get into the field that she studied, I mean, she's literally going through Girlfriend's Corner. So if we can find ways for young women to get that job that they really needed, because we know somebody like Jane, who I see has just joined. Jane is a CEO. If we can connect Kurtash, I mean, think of the possibilities that she can have just by joining our group, the wider we get, versus having to kind of find her way on her own.
It's a global group. It's not only a regional group. It's not for just Black women. It's for women of different races, of different color. So you get to connect and network with women from all around the world. So I think that's something that should inspire you or encourage you to join this group.
So I think that Kurtash is kind of our guinea pig for this mentorship program we are looking to do. She's very vocal and has kind of said, no, Shayla, I think that I need support in this. We tend to assume that everybody's like us when we are entering the working world, but I've seen that I am learning from this experience as well. It's not just that she's learning from me. And then the other members of the council will also be getting involved. I mean, Maxine, for example, is an accountant. Twinkle and Marianne are lawyers. We also have Neha. Neha is lead of an NGO in India. And then we also have Kurtash, who's going to be a budding economist. Did I miss anybody? Yes, I did. I missed Christelle. Yeah. And Christelle is also in HR, and she's very passionate about learning and development. So if you think that you would like to become a member and be more actively involved in mentorship, then that is where we want to get to. Yes. So in terms of what is coming up, we still can't really travel, so I think our Zoom series is going to continue. So Kurtash is going to tell you a little bit about some of those topics, and then we'll backtrack a little bit to where we're going to talk more about our logo again.
So you guys can look forward to Zoom sessions on gender equality, our environment, women in the boardroom, something important is coming with men involved, and also there is some secrets we can't give out as yet. So you guys should stay tuned and look forward to these exciting Zoom sessions.
So I think that when it comes to women empowerment, a big thing I've noticed in some groups, and I believe that every women's group has her place. There are some that are very specific about changing women's legislation. Some are very specific about young girls. I mean, we're going to soon have speakers with other women's groups. For example, we have Girls of a Feather and Helen's Daughters, which are women's groups here in St. Lucia. But they have very specific causes. So ours is being defined as we go, but I know for sure our purpose is as much as possible to connect and network together and help you achieve your goals in your career and your professional development and your personal development. So in terms of the Zoom series, I think it's important to involve men in a lot of these conversations, and that's why that sneak peek that we're telling you about is going to involve men, and we'll be hearing from them and interacting with them because they need to know what women empowerment is and they need to be involved and supported. The Women in the Boardroom one is going to be really exciting as well because it's going to be at least 3 CEO women to kind of give you some of their experience. And I believe we also did a poll in terms of what topics. Do you remember what the 2 topics were the most?
Finances and wellness. And I think that it's important for you guys to tell us what you'd like to hear from us, because that would keep the momentum going for this group.
So if there's anything in particular that you're burning to hear about, please let us know. We will be covering another session on financial management. Wellness is always important, so we will be having another mental wellness expert, but it'll be more specific in a certain area that we haven't yet covered. And if you want to be a guest speaker and come on, feel free to join us. So I think the year is going to end off with a bang. The one with the men is probably going to be one of our last sessions. We will not be in charge of that session. The men are going to take over that one, and you might recognize 1 or 2 of them as well. So I think that this is where we are tonight.
And also I think you guys should tell us which platform is best for you guys, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, and which days would be most suitable for you guys to attend our Zoom sessions.
Yep, because of the many roles. I mean, a lot of moms say that they can't really come on in the evening, and then some of the working women, well, moms are working women too, but then some women are saying, I can't join in the day. So maybe we need to kind of, stagger it. But if there's a particular topic that you really want us to cover, or a particular time that you think would work, maybe we need to have breakfast sessions or lunch and learns. Because a lot of us, we go into work and we're just zoned right in, when it's okay to take that lunch break for us. It doesn't have to just be work at lunchtime.
Yeah, and should you miss any of these sessions, uploaded videos of our sessions would be uploaded on our YouTube channel, so you could subscribe to that channel so you could get notifications of when a new video is posted.
Yep, most definitely. So we have a lot to still cover. We have topics right until next year. We're hoping to have an in-person event next year as well. So if you are interested in that from now and you already know, yes, Shayla, I want to be part of that, then feel free to let us know. We are also very open to showcasing our members. So we are starting up something called Sisters in Action. So maybe you can tell them a little about that as well.
So if you know of any woman who is doing something amazing in the neighborhood or in the career, you could always send us some information, if it's a video or biography of that young lady, so we could display on our page and share for all our followers to see.
Because it's important for us to showcase women from this region and around the world. I mean, I think a lot of ladies are doing a lot of things, and the people that tend to be doing it for just the pure passion and not always showcasing themselves. So we want to showcase them. Most definitely. So our first one will actually be October, which is coming soon, so you will look out for that. But yes, if you are someone you want us to showcase you, or maybe you have your own business, or maybe you're now starting up, or you have a concern, if you'd like to go live with us, we'd be happy to have you on as well. We know that we can connect across borders when we're going live. If you think that we should connect on Facebook in our next live, is there something you want us to talk about? Not necessarily with a guest speaker, but just one of the council members, as women, maybe we just have a chat. Not every conversation has to be very serious and formal. We might want to talk about, just in general, how is everyone coping with dating? That has been another topic that has come up. Dating in COVID-19, you can't really leave your home. And in some islands in the Caribbean, the cases are rising. So, how do you go out without catching COVID? And what are some of the tips that we can do for that? So I think we've covered a lot tonight, Kurtash. I don't know if people have questions in the live. I'm not seeing any, but I see a few more people joining. Hi, Jen. I see Mariage. I see Jen. I see, Yoga with J.A. She seems to have a yoga session happening live quite often. I believe she's in St. Lucia as well. So yes, ladies, so this is the night that we are rebranding. We are going to showcase our logo for those of you who've just joined. The logo, I think, is going to be more inclusive of today's woman, which is so many types of ladies, really. I think identity is important. I think inclusion is important. And so we thought it was really fitting with the support of Miguel James, who is the graphic designer. So she's also a woman. And we've all come up with the concept of, you know, this inclusive, especially from, I would say all of us have played a part. And but Christelle is our council member. She kind of started us off. You know, maybe instead of what we're doing now, let's make it a little more global.
Yeah.
And I know Twinkle and I were looking at changing the look of the women as well. So because we're very much about any race, any background, any culture.
Yeah.
You know, so yes, ladies. So thanks again for coming out tonight. It's short and sweet.
Yeah,
I'll leave Kurtash to give a few little words before we go, and then I will close.
Yeah. Okay. The only thing I could say is get involved in any group, or whether it is to empower women, because I am definitely learning a lot. I'm getting out of my comfort zone, doing live videos. I don't really do these things. I'm really nervous. So I'm really learning a lot, whether it's with social media. So I think that especially young people, you guys should get involved with all these extracurricular activities and purposeful groups.
Most definitely. Great, Kurtash. I think she did a great job, guys. Put a thumbs up if you think she did a great job. This was her first live. And you know, if you know me, you know I've been under a camera, in front of a camera since I'm about 4. But for poor Kurtash here, you know, this was growth, and this is really what we're about at Girlfriend's Corner: stretching you and challenging you and making you the best woman that you want to be, not what society is telling us, but what you want. Right, Kurtash?
Yes.
High five. Well, have a good night, everybody, and we will see you again soon. Thank you for joining. Take care.